Are you looking for some cheap food on the Strip?
Well, come get lost with us today because we got you covered.
In Christmas times, we'll be chilling and having a good time. Doesn't matter if the snow is falling or the wind blows and the rain is pouring. It will always be Christmas in my heart.
This month we're celebrating all of those amazing people around the world who are helping others. And today we're going to be celebrating
JDRF, which stands for the Juvenile Diabetes Research Foundation. They are one of the first organizations that started research into type 1 diabetes and trying to find a cure. They also do a lot of work in local communities, providing insulin for those who don't have access, as well as insulin pumps and insulin pump supplies. So they're a pretty cool organization if you're looking for some way to get involved and help somebody who might actually have a disease like myself, type 1 diabetes.
So check out the links below. You can learn more about the organization, and there's also a link so you can donate right directly to that organization. So let's get back to that video.
So a tried and true cheap eats on the Strip is Ellis Island.
Yeah, we think it's one of our hidden gems. If you're on the Strip, this is definitely a great place to grab some food.
Yeah, they have at least 4 different restaurants within Ellis Island themselves, from barbecue to village pub. They've got a pizza place, they got a taco place, they've got the front yard.
So make sure to subscribe to the channel and check out some of those videos.
And every single one of those spots, you're gonna be able to find something cheap. Like the barbecue, you can get a full rack of ribs and a whole bunch of sides for like 20 something bucks, which is kind of unheard of.
It's one of the best barbecue places in Las Vegas, period.
Period.
Yes.
Don't have to say anything else. The front yard.
Great breakfasts, great brunch.
They have fantastic drinks.
Bottomless mimosas.
And then the village pub, where you can get cheap prime rib.
Yeah, that is one of our cheap sort of eats. If you're looking for prime rib, you want a good prime rib with a good au jus and horseradish,
check them out.
Ellis Island is probably one of the best places to get. Now, they don't have it all the time because prime rib runs out everywhere, but it is one of the best places to get that cheap prime rib.
Agreed, and the service is always good there. It's a really small casino. It's one of the last family-owned casinos, and it is a little bit on the edge of the Strip, but it is still the Strip, and you can definitely get an Uber there pretty cheap if you're not staying there already. It can be in a little bit of like the more rougher side of the Strip, but again, like security is great in there. We've gone at like 2, 3 in the morning. I've never felt unsafe going to Ellis Island at night.
Yeah, it's still on the Strip, so you still have all the lights and glitz and glamour of it, but it is starting to get off of the Strip, but you're not there yet. So this is a really nice place. Free parking, which is really nice, and that's one of those rare things that you find in Las Vegas. And again, a legit tip there is that if you can find free parking, this is a great place to go. Really easy to get off the Strip, and with all of the options you have there, we never have much of a wait. So we'll go there even to the barbecue restaurant, which is always super busy. There's no wait, which is amazing. And again, the barbecue is bar none, for the price point, the best barbecue in Las Vegas. And
they do make their own sauce in-house. They brew their own beers at Ellis Island, so you can usually get a cheap draft there.
Yeah, that's something to think about too. They typically have like $5 or less drafts because they make their house beers, and all of them are good, from the Hefeweizen to the ales. And if you like IPAs, I'm not really an IPA guy myself, but if you like IPAs, they have IPAs as well.
Agreed. So let's check out what our next top cheap eats for Las Vegas is going to be.
Number 2. All right, so one of the hidden gems that we've just recently discovered is the Chicken Crack Shack.
Yeah, this place is right off the Strip, and it's kind of hidden. It's right next to the Park MGM. So as you're walking past the Park MGM, look to your left. It's kind of hidden, and you're going to see a giant chicken right outside. And I have to say, this place makes some bomb chicken.
Yeah, the chicken sandwiches are really good. They're house-made chickens with really house-made sides. The coleslaw is good and definitely made in-house.
House-made sauce, too.
I was going to talk about it in a second, but they have some poutine there, too, that you're going to want to check out. Really, really tasty. And then the really cool part is they have some house-made sauces that are super tasty. And then they also have the stubborn sodas, and they have more than just like the root beer. They have like colas and other things as well.
Yeah, and this place was not super busy. It wasn't super busy. It did start to pick up as we were kind of finishing our meal. But for the most part, you can pretty much just come in, you order at the window, they give you a number, they call your number when your food is ready to be picked up.
Yeah, and it's got some outdoor seating, so the restaurant is pretty big for its size. It's kind of a big sort of area to sit in. They do have a nice bar in the middle, so in case you want some drinks or anything, there's some options for that as well. And then the outdoor seating gives you another option if you want to people watch the folks on the strip, because again, like we said, it is right off the strip. This is definitely an option for you.
Agreed. And like Gary said, it's pretty cool inside. They've got a lot of different chicken posters and different types of chicken theming. So it's just like a fun atmosphere. They do have a ton of TVs. So if you're looking to catch a sports game, you can also catch like golf, basketball, football, baseball was playing the day we were there. So they definitely have a lot of big TVs. So if you're looking for a good place to kind of catch out a game while you're out here, this is also a really good option for that.
Yeah, there's a massive big screen in the middle, and you'll see that in the video. And then there's also like secondary TVs throughout that have different games on it. So it is an option if you're don't want to go to the sports betting areas and the casinos, and you're going to want to make sure to subscribe to the channel, because next year we're going to do an overview of all those sports betting areas. But it gives you an option to kind of go someplace, relax, have some really, really tasty and good food, and get to check out some games.
Agreed. So
one of the things you do want to remember though too is that all the chicken sandwiches, they don't have sides attached to them.
Agreed.
So you are going to have to get some fries or coleslaw added on to the meal, which can increase the price a little bit. But if you want a chicken sandwich, they ranged for about $8 to $10.
Agreed, yeah. And it is a fairly large side of fries that you get and a large side of coleslaw though. So you are going to pay extra, but it is a decently sized side.
Yeah, and it is so worth it. I mean, just the homemade chicken with that honey mustard Dijon sauce that they have. Oh, that was so, so tasty.
So what do you think is going to be our number 3?
Number 3.
So are you looking for a cheap sit-down restaurant that's going to give you the ambiance of a fancy restaurant and the quality of a fancy restaurant, but it's not going to come with that hefty price tag?
And an amazing view of the Bellagio fountains?
Then you need to check out Mon Ami Gabi.
It is definitely a hidden gem inside of the Paris casino and hotel. We went there the first time this year. Super, super tasty food and super affordable.
We were blown away by the prices. Like, you can get a steak and frites, which is steak and fries, for about $25, which it's a decently sized steak. It's a lot of fries. You get bread for the table for about $3, which yes, you do have to pay for the bread, but it was $3.
Super tasty though, don't skip on it.
Moderately priced in like the $10 to $12 range, so it wasn't anything super crazy. The only thing I will say is the service got a little bit questionable for us because we were right at their change of shift, and we had like 4 different servers.
To find a place like this inside of a hotel for the price point that it is, I think is pretty unbelievable, especially in Vegas. Most of the Lucky Penny and stuff like that, even in like the station casinos, is more expensive sometimes than Mon Ami Gabi is. So it is definitely an affordable place. And you walk past it. If you're walking past the strip, you're going to see Mon Ami Gabi in the Paris casino. It's that seating area out front. That's Mon Ami Gabi. So it is right off the strip. It's a nice little hidden gem inside of Paris casino, which we have a full walkthrough if you want to check that out on our channel.
Yeah.
But it is really an amazing location combined with really cheap food that's really tasty.
Agreed. And they do have like a brunch special as well, which we have not checked out. We went for like the early dinner menu. And as you can kind of see in the shot above, they kind of sat us in the window room. So the sun was just it was perfect. The lighting was perfect. Like, it wasn't too cold. It wasn't too hot. It was appropriately lit because it was nice and big and open. So you just kind of felt like you were at a Paris eatery, so to speak.
Eatery.
Almost like the one that's in Epcot.
Yeah, and something really kind of good to know, and a legit tip for sure, is that you might want to consider reservations, especially if you want to sit out by the Bellagio fountains. If you want to sit outside and look at the fountains, especially in the nice cooler months, you're going to want to get a reservation ahead of time. So I think that kind of differs between most of our cheap eats on this list so far. This is kind of a reservation recommended restaurant for us. Now you can still walk up and sit, because even when we went, the inside was mostly empty. It was the outside where people were sitting. So that was where the area was mostly taken up.
But overall, it was affordable. The food was great. The service was just kind of weird, but I think again it was because we came at a weird hour. But we still got the views of the fountains, which was really cool.
And not very many places on the Strip can you get a steak and fries for as affordable as it is at Mon Ami Gabi. And it was actually tasty. So the steak was actually seasoned and flavored, which is something that you don't always get when you're looking at restaurants that are in hotels and casinos.
Agreed. So we've got one more to talk about. So stick around, because we're going to show you one of our last, not least.
Yeah, but a
cheap
hidden
eats.
cheap eat that maybe you wouldn't even think about.
Have you ever ate at a Taco Bell Cantina?
Yeah, you can get married there too.
Which, it's kind of crazy. You can get some killer alcohol drinks, some tasty Taco Bell, and tie the knot.
Yeah, I wouldn't do all of those if this was the first time you met the person, but it is definitely a fun experience. It is right off the Las Vegas Strip.
Yeah, it's kind of like on the corner, trying to remember exactly where it is, but it's definitely on the ground level. So you want to be on the ground level for this, and you're going to kind of see it when you come around the corner. It's a little bit small. There's not a whole lot of seating inside of it, but it is a full Taco Bell. They have a store, so you can buy merch there. They have a chapel upstairs, and if somebody's not getting married, you can use the seating upstairs, but they like to keep it kind of blocked off for weddings.
Yeah, it's actually a decent amount of space if the upstairs is not blocked off. If the upstairs is blocked off, it is a little bit of a tight space. There is some seating outside, but it will be a sort of tight space to eat your meal. But it's Taco Bell, so it's sort of those prices in Las Vegas.
And as you can see, they have a full wall of frozen drinks, and you basically just can add alcohol to it if you want alcohol in it, or you can just have a freeze.
Yeah, make sure to subscribe to the channel, because we're actually going to be heading back there either during this legit holiday or a little bit later in next year to sort of do a food review of some of the food that are in Taco Bell.
Because we haven't had Taco Bell in a really long time.
Yes, but it's a great place to get some cheap eats on the Strip. I mean, if you think about Taco Bell isn't known for expensive food, so the prices are pretty similar when a price point comparing to the rest of the Taco Bells.
Agreed. And if you're looking for something that you just want to grab and go to when you're down on the Strip, it's definitely one of those quick spots where you can go in, you can order, take it back to your hotel room if you want to, and you're not going to break the bank.
You do need to know that it is a busy location, so people are coming in and out of it all the time. People are ordering and heading out, especially with the large alcoholic beverages. People tend to pick them up and then go walking the Strip because a legit tip here is that Las Vegas is one of the few legal places where it is to consume alcohol outside. So it is legal to do that here.
Yeah, so it's one of the most popular spots on the Strip to get a frozen alcoholic beverage.
And they are huge. I mean, you're talking about like something like that's like this big. I mean, it's a nice size and pretty tasty.
Agreed. So, have you ever ate at the Taco Bell on the Strip? I mean, I'm curious. If you have, what did you get? What was your favorite thing to get? And when we go back, what should we get?
Yeah. Would you ever get married at a Taco Bell? Let us know that in the comments too.
I thought about it.
And make sure to let us know in the comments too, what are your recommendations for some cheap eats off the Strip? Did we miss something that you liked, or do you feel like there's something we should include in our next video? So that concludes our cheap eats on the Las Vegas Strip.
Yeah, we had a lot of different options to choose from chicken sandwiches to Taco Bell.
Yeah, and if you're looking for those like cheap prime ribs or cheap steak deals, we are gonna do one of those videos next year, so make sure to subscribe to the channel to see that.
And if you want some killer cheap barbecue, definitely check out Ellis Island, because that is going to be the spot that you're going to want to go for some cheap barbecue. And if you want cheap prime rib, as of right now, Ellis Island is our top choice.
So don't forget to like this video.
Make sure you guys hit that subscribe button.
And ring that notification bell so you get notified when we do at least 3 videos a week.
And we're going to come get you tomorrow.
for another legit holiday video.
So we'll see you tomorrow.
Ain't that the truth, baby Ruth?
Bye, everybody.
Bye-bye. Don't forget to check below for those organization links that we're highlighting each day this month of our legit holiday. It's got the donation link and to find out more information. So don't forget to like this video.
Hit that subscribe button,
And ring the notification bell so you get notified when we do at least 3 videos a week.
and we'll come get you guys in the next one.
Ain't that the truth, baby Ruth?